Thank you for tuning in. This is Paul Montenegro from Rethink Healthcare. And today I have a special guest who has a very interesting platform that I had learned about. Our guest is Christine Lasig. She is currently based in the Philippines and she represents AlagaRN. And the theme of this really is to try and connect nurses from around the world. So when Tanya and I were working on the aspect of how to attract nurses into the field, the platform that Christine represents, and she's the community manager there, she was able to connect nurses globally. So without further ado, I want to introduce Christine Lasig, and she could introduce herself. Christine, the floor is yours.
Hi, Paul. I'm Christine. I'm based from the Philippines, and I am the community manager for AlagaRN.
Thank you, Christine. So can you just tell us a little bit about your background and how you came about your current role in this platform?
Okay, so most people confuse me as being a nurse as well, but I'm not. I worked as a offshore freelancer for a US-based company related to healthcare. That was my previous work. When I came across AlagaRN, I knew it was very different from my previous work experiences. However, I have never shied away from trying new things and, this time a new career path. Aside from seeing the potential that the company that AlagaRN belongs to, I also saw it as a very good opportunity for me to be able to meet a lot of people from around the world, and in this case, nurses, which was a very interesting part of the job. So I decided to join AlagaRN.
So can you tell us a bit about the whole purpose for AlagaRN? Because our viewers, I've looked into the site already, so I'm well familiar with it. So share with our viewers, and they may also be from around the world, and hopefully you could gain some membership from our current viewers. So just share that a bit as far as what is the purpose and what is the mission of AlagaRN. Let's start with that.
Okay, so AlagaRN is a free, members-only community companion for global nurses. We are headquartered in Singapore, but we are composed of a team of nurses from around the world. We were founded on the idea that the whole company wants internationally educated nurses and nursing students to come together and interact in one community specifically for nurses. So when a nurse joins the community, we aim to deliver three main benefits for them. The first benefit is that we are a talent sourcing platform. We have already developed relationships and still continue to develop relationships with healthcare organizations from around the world. And once you are a member, you are already included in that platform, and then you are already pooled in that talent sourcing platform where you gain access, maybe advantages for specific job openings that may be exclusive to the community, or you have first access to them before they're open to the public. But I would also like to stress that we are not an agency, because some people confuse us as an agency as well. We are not an agency. We are simply the platform where internationally educated nurses who want to look for work, either in their own country or even abroad, they meet with these health organizations who have a need for nurses.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. So I just want to get this straight, kind of straight in my head. So you're a platform and you're not an agency, as you had mentioned. Now, international nurses join your platform, but then also you have, employers from different parts of the world who would engage with the platform to then meet these international nurses communities. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We already have developed partnerships with healthcare organizations around the world. So when they have a need, we will be offering job offers soon. They can go through all the members. At the same time, the members can see which job openings are available, and they can directly apply based on their in their criteria or their qualifications. So we're just the venue where they meet directly.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's very different from an actual agency, wherein the agency will actually potentially employ the nurse, while as you're actually not employing
Yes.
the nurses, because you're strictly, as you mentioned, you're strictly a platform that connects international nurses with. Okay, understood. So this is actually a very great a great concept that really helps meet the global shortage. You know, from what I could see. And as you, I don't know if you've seen some of our shows, our series right now that we're really focusing on is connecting and how do we attract more people into the field. But this way, I mean, I'm here in the United States and there's a clear shortage here. So the current supply here of nurses is really not enough to take care of the demand. So I firmly believe that the international platform and international pool of nurses should be available to kind of help alleviate. It's not just here in the U.S. It's also in other parts of the world. So it sounds like your platform is really doing aiming to do that. So I really commend you for doing that. So what is your role? And I know your role is a community manager. Can you kind of explain that a little bit?
Being the community manager, I'm a little bit all around. So I manage the community itself. Right now, I do manage the social media accounts and the website itself. What I do is, for now, we try to attract nurses from around the world. We are fairly a new community. We started late last year. However, we are quite proud that we are now at 2,000 members from around the world. So they come from my country, the Philippines. We have members from Cambodia, from Singapore, from Thailand, Saudi Arabia, India, South Africa, Kenya, the US, UK, and we hope to reach all nurses from around the world.
Okay, so you've got quite a broad group of nurses there, from Africa to Asia to United States. So that's great. And what is their main benefit? So they sign up into the platform. Well, what do they get besides just access? Is there like some sort of education offerings, or is there anything there for them to kind of peruse and read? I mean, I had just recently signed up to look around, so I'm not well versed in it too deeply.
Okay, so that's a great question. Once you register, aside from being part of the talent sourcing platform, we offer a vast resource of nursing information. So we have a team. It's the AlagaRN community team. They consistently share and post articles, news updates, information, recommendation, tips, insights, everything about nursing. So that's done consistently on a scheduled basis. We also have a partner company, Nurture and Clicks. So they also have a weekly spot in the website where their nursing experts also discuss everything about the NCLEX. And members also have the chance to ask questions, any questions regarding the NCLEX, in the hope that they will be featured in the coming series for that spot. We also have a soon-to-launch AlagaRN community ambassadors. These are nurses from around the world who are part of the community and would like to give back. They're not employed by the company, but they want to give back to the nursing community. So they will be launched soon. They will be there to share their own journeys, nursing career journeys. Some of them are working internationally, and some are still working in their home country. But they will be available to the community for any questions that any member may have. May it be how it is to work abroad, or what are the challenges that they encountered in their nursing journey or in their career path. So aside from the work offer itself that may be available to the nurses, that's one way of attracting nurses to join the field. Nursing students can get to ask questions to these ambassadors, and not only to these ambassadors, because the website is equipped to for every member to be able to post a question or share an article or make a thread or make a poll, so everybody in the community can interact and engage with each other. So to answer your question on how we could attract people to join the nursing fields, and since there's a shortage, this is a venue for nursing students to be able to see what the whole thing, the whole experience is to be a nurse. What will be the challenges? What will be the benefits? And where they see themselves after they graduate.
Okay, good. So if I envision myself as an international nurse, and I've done some traveling as a nurse, more doing medical missions. So let me put myself in a position wherein I'm a nurse from a foreign country, such as let's say the Philippines or maybe in Kenya. So if I want to apply for a job in the United States, will this be a proper venue for it then?
Yes, of course. It is, because as I've said earlier, we have partnered and will continue to build partnerships with healthcare organizations from around the world. I am aware that US and Canada, Australia, and UK, they're the top countries when we ask our nurses, where do you see yourself working? However, there is also other countries that these nurses can work outside of their country, but these are all available soon for job offers. And when the company saw this as an opportunity, then I am a nurse. Let's say I am a nurse from the Philippines. I get to talk to other nurses from around the world. So I see different cultures or maybe differences in nursing practices. I will have an idea, okay, where do I see myself better? So do I see myself in the US? Do I see myself in the UK? Do I see myself in Singapore because I want to be near my country? So they have that option. And with the engagement that we always encourage from nurses, they will be hearing experiences, first-hand experiences of these nurses, so they get the real thing, not just read something from an article that maybe made up or something. They get actual experiences from actual nurses.
Okay, good. So it's not just centric to the United States. It's really
global.
Okay, so and it goes both ways. You have an international community of nurses, but then you also have basically an international offering of available jobs. That's what it sounds like.
True, because let's just say we have members from Singapore and a job offer opens for Singapore. They also have the chance to apply for that. So it's either they want to work in their own country and it so happened that we have a job offering there by a healthcare partner, or internationally and from to a different country. We don't limit ourselves to the US where you are, because the shortage of nurses is global. It's not just in the US. Here in the Philippines, we also have a global shortage. So we want to be able to give the nurses the choice of where they want to go and not just limit a specific country.
Okay. Now, do the nurses have to have a specific educational level? So I understand students can join as well. I mean, what if it was let's say a licensed practical nurse or a diploma nurse, or do you have to be a bachelor's prepared? Because from my understanding, the standards here in the United States is to be able to be an international nurse here, you need to have a bachelor's degree. So what is your take on your community as far as, do they all have bachelor's degrees, or do you have some who don't have bachelor's degrees, but then if they don't, are they qualified for any countries? Because I know for the US, it's a must, but I don't know about other countries.
Okay, so the general qualification is that you are a nurse. You're right when you mentioned that there are different degrees taken or offered by each country. So our general qualification is that you are a nurse or you are a nursing student. Now, the qualifications regarding job offers will be based on the healthcare organization or partner that we have, or who is requiring employment. So they all have a fair chance, and then the qualification will be based on the job offer. So we do not limit. We're not going to take anybody who's a diploma graduate. We only take bachelor's degree graduates. No, we accept all of them, and then if they qualify, they can go ahead and apply for the job.
Okay, great. Now, how about specialization? I know some nurses, I mean, here in the United States, you have specialties, let's say for myself, like wound care, or somebody maybe pediatrics, or somebody's like a cardiac specialist. Do you get that specific into the criterias, or is it more of a broader mix? I guess that's really more a question to who are the employers looking? I mean, are they looking for specialties as well, or is it more of a broad skill set?
For now, I think it's a broad and general qualification, because as I've said, we are a fairly new community, but we do see ourselves, offering nurses with specialized skills in the future. And with the global shortage, I think the healthcare community, the healthcare organizations would also want to start with, or the baseline of just general nurses. So, but everybody, postgraduates or nurses with specializations can also join the community. There's no limit to who could join, as long as you're a nurse or you are a nursing student.
Okay, good. Now, as again, I'm putting myself as the international nurse. So when I join the platform and I do see a job, do I apply directly to them, or how does that work? When it comes to the interactions.
Okay, so when we post our first job offer or our job offers, and the community members get to see them, they will see the qualifications, and if they do, or if they are interested in applying for that job, they will be sending a message to the website in expressing their interest. So it is then that we get their resume or their experience, and then forward them to the healthcare organization that posted the job offer. So up until then, that's the only time that that's the connection that we give them. After that, it's going to be between the healthcare organization and the nurse to proceed with the application.
Okay, so basically the healthcare organization will have the whole pool that they may want to look at. So they could kind of say, okay, I want nurses with this X number experience. Can you categorize them? So
that's actually true. It doesn't just go one way. It goes both ways. So if a nurse sees a job offer, he could directly apply to that. And same goes with the healthcare organization. They have access to our pool, and then when they say, okay, I need somebody who has 5 years experience in the nursing field, I need somebody who is around this age, we can categorize that and then give them the list that we have of members, and then from then they could choose and then see which ones they want to proceed with the application.
Okay, good. Yeah, I can see how it's very different from an agency, because with the agency you're kind of locked into what the agency is going to give you, but here you really have a lot of leeway. So that's a very great great concept that you have, and really it's a very unique way to try and solve the current issue that we're having here as with the shortage. But not only that, I'm hoping that this will actually probably attract more international nurses into the field, because if it's, let's say, as a nurse, you don't really want to be bonded per se. So and I know with the agencies, there's some bonding that goes along with that. But since this seems like a very free platform, that kind of takes away some of those barriers that the international nurses face.
Yes, that's true. We are very much different from an agency. We are just the place, actually, the place where they get to meet, and then, hopefully they get accepted. That's simply how we are. We don't, the members are not tied up to us in any way, other than the fact that we want to give them possible job offers that they want to apply to.
Okay. Good. Is there anything you want to share? I mean, so, now that you're on our channel, is there anything you want to share with our viewers to kind of introduce your, kind of sell more of the mission, and what more can we do to kind of attract some of these international nurses, because that's really your main focus?
Yes. Okay. So can I say the website?
Yeah, sure, of course. Yes.
So our website is global.alagarn.com. I don't know if you wonder what Alaga means, but Alaga is the Tagalog word for care. So that's what it is. Actually, it's AlagaRN. We want to care for nurses in a way that, they expand their horizons, they get the necessary and even, exceeding resources, everything related to nurses. At the same time, they belong to a community of people who have the same passion as they are, because the community is all about nurses. We are, as I've said, we're fairly new, but the company has very exciting goals and visions for the community. And we want to reach out to every nurse around the world, not just of course, we want to solve the global or help in any way about the shortage of nurses. But we also want the members to feel that they belong to a community. That's one of the main goals of this company, of this community. We want them to be in a community where they can interact with each other, engage, share stories, help in any way with their fellow nurses, introduce the culture that they belong to, and hopefully for international educated nurses who aspire to work abroad, this can be a very big stepping stone for them to further their career path. And
Wow.
Everything is free. That's one more thing. Joining the community is free, and it's something that I think is very helpful at this time, because with everything going on, some people capitalize on the shortage and then want to gain before actually offering what they have.
Okay, that's great. And you don't really get a lot of things for free, especially access like this. So that's very good. Well, we are right at our time limit right now. So I want to thank Christine for joining, and thank you for sharing your role with AlagaRN as a community manager. And to our viewers, I hope you check out the website. Is it at global.alagarn.com? Is that correct?
Yes, global.alagarn.com.
Okay, great. Yes, I'm going to try to see if I get our camera person to post that as well. All right. Without taking up anyone else's time, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you to our next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.